Because I don't have beautiful answers. Rabbi Schuster, Gesundheit. Let's go. Zogt Eilige Gemara Chavches Amir Aleph. We just finished off how Rabbi Eliezer taught us Lo amarti davar sheshamati mipi Rabbi me'olam. I never said anything I didn't hear from my Rabbi. Amru alav ali Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai. They told about Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai. Miyamav, in his life, Lo sach sichas chulin. He never spoke mundane matters. Lo halach tal amos v'lo Torah. And he did not walk 4 amos without Torah. Ubelay tefillin, and without tefillin. V'lo kadmu adam beis hamedrash, no one came before him to beis medrash. V'lo yashin beis medrash, he didn't sleep in the beis medrash. Lo shinas kevav, lo shinas aray, neither a permanent nor a temporary sleep. Which, by the way, they said about Rav Elyashiv, that his entire life they never saw him doze on his sefer. Which is incredible. He lived till, I don't know, it was 103, learning through who knows what. Once he was learning, he never dozed once. Never dozed once. Incredible. But the moment he hit his pillow, boom, as if it was a switch. Mamish, that's his body was his body wasn't. He made his body into incredible. V'lo hear, and he did not have thoughts in the dirty alleyways. What does it mean he did not have thoughts? It means he didn't think about Torah, which for someone in the level of Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai is incredible. He was in control of his brain. He knew right now I'm in an unclean place. I can't think in Torah. He never left anyone in Beis Medrash, meaning he was the last one to leave. V'yatza and left. And he never found a person sitting idly. Daimim is like a rock, is a daimim, doing nothing. He was always sitting and reviewing. Never opened a door for his talmidim. He was mechabed the talmidim. He made sure he would open the door. So anyone who says it's a new age thing, the Rabbeim, giving honor to Talmidim, and it's a new age thing, the parents honoring the children. Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai, Loi pasach adam delos Talmidim Elohu ba'atzmai. They're coming to learn Torah. There's no greater kavod than to open the door for them. And he never said anything he didn't hear from his Rabbi. And he never said, it's time to leave the Beis Medrash. Chutz, what was the only time that he told the Chavra, it's time to leave Beis Medrash? Me'arvei Psachim, Erev Pesach, Va'arvei Yom Kippurim, and Erev Yom Kippur, which is interesting.
So he never left the Beis Medrash?
He never said it's time to leave. What exactly that means? It sounds like he never told the Talmidim that it's time to leave. So Erev Pesach, Rashi says to do the Karban Pesach, which is interesting because Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai wasn't doing Karban Pesach. So Chayro Rashi means doing preparations for Yontif, and for the children they can take a nap. If everyone knows the Makar for a nap for Yontif, Rashi says Mneb Tinakash Lo Yishenu Kach Befurish B'Sachim. I think that's what it means. And Erev Yom Kippur,
Erev Yontif.
Yeah,
so you can stay
correct. Erev Yom Kippur, why do you tell him to leave? Got to eat. Mitzvah to eat. Mitzvah to eat in Erev Yom Kippur. End of Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai. Next. V'chein haya Rav Eliezer talmidoi. Rav Eliezer, his Talmud of Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai. Noigach Rav, he did the same. Which Rav Eliezer was who we started with. That was yesterday, right? Rav Eliezer was the one that he kept on answering in the story. Am I allowed to cover the sukkah? Am I allowed to cover the sukkah? And he never wanted to respond.
Why
So,
go through both?
so we're showing that he learned this from his Rabbi. He learned from his Rabbi, Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai, these incredible anagas, the incredible way of living life. That just like his Rabbi never repeated anything from not his Rabbi, he did the same. And also, in the world of Gemara, often we take a left turn, and once you take a left turn, you take another left turn, and onto another tangent, and another random topic. Before you know it, anyone learning Daf Yomi right now in Saita, we're like, to try to trace where we came from is incredible. There it even crosses over Parakim. Fascinating stuff. Anyways, Tanu Rabbanan. Yes. He did not think in dirty alleyways. What does it mean think? He didn't think Torah. Here it's interesting because usually here refers to inappropriate thoughts, but here it's clearly referring to correct. But here it's referring to Torah. Tanu Rabban.
I don't know how literal this is, but they both went out to last in shul.
Interesting.
I was thinking of it, what if they're both in the shul at the same time?
Interesting. Very interesting. Rebbe and Talmud. Interesting. How about the bathroom? It's a similar story. They said that, who is it? Chazon Ish, that's where he read science, maybe. Different Gedolim had different practices. Huh? Vilna Gaon wrote a math book while he used the toilet. You know, different thing you find in different Gedolim's bathrooms. I'm not saying you should go snooping around. I'm saying, listen, this is what happens. I know a certain.
Why couldn't you just think about halachos related to the bathroom?
So the Mishnah Berurah, that's called Torah. Mishnah Berurah writes, what should you do in the toilet? Mishnah Berurah writes, you should think about big buildings. So Mishnah Berurah writes, beautiful buildings, and you should think about calculations. You should do your business in the toilet.
Or halachos that you need to think of.
Yeah, but someone like the Vilna Gaon, okay, he's done, now what? You know what I'm saying? Takes him more than a split second to use the toilet. What do you say? Yeah, we have enough distractions. I don't think this is our issue, worrying about. Although in yeshivas they say one of the biggest Yetzer Haras is, like you're middle of learning, you run to the bathroom, like right then the Yetzer Hara all of a sudden makes you start thinking and learning. The whole day you're sitting in front of your Gemara, your brain is everywhere. You go into the toilet, all of a sudden you're like, interesting, that's Sukkah. What in the world? Seriously. Anyways. Then and during Shemona Esrei, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Shemona Esrei, that's the other time. All of a sudden, we're everywhere we're not supposed to be. Yeah. Tanu Ravanan, here we go. Shemoinim Talmidim. Hayolay Hillel Azakin. Hillel, the elder, Hillel Azakin, had 80 Talmidim. Shloisha Mehem. 30 of them, Ru'uyim, were fitting Shetishra Aleihen Shechina, that the Shechina, Hashras Shechina, would rest upon them, Kim Moshe Rabbeinu. Absolutely incredible. Shloisha Me'em, and 30 of them, Ru'uyim Shetamud Lem Chama, it was fitting for them that the sun should stop, Ki Yeshua bin Nun. Yeshua ben Nun caused the sun to stop in the sky, so 30 of the Talmidim of Hillel Zakein were that Chashiv. Esrim Beinanim, and there were 20 between these two groups. So the group like Moshe Rabbeinu was the top 30, the group that could stop the sun like Yeshua ben Nun were the bottom 30, and then there were 20 in between. Gadol Shebekulan, the greatest of the Talmidim of Hillel Hazakin was whom? Yoines son ben Uziel. Katan Shebekulan, the smallest of all them, very good, was Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai. Says the Gemara, who we just were talking about, so now you know why we got into this tangent. Amrul of Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai. What did Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai know? They said, Chaim Kanievsky every year made to see him on Kol HaTorah Kula, which included Bavli, Yerushalmi, I think it was Sifri, and Mechilta. I think that's what they said, and obviously Tanakh. But what did Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai know? Listen to this one. Shloiniach Mikra. Okay, Chumash. Mishnah, Mishnayis. Gemara. Interesting. What was Gemara? He was Gemara. He was Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai. Okay, it's difficult to think about. Halachais, all halacha. Agadais, stories. Dikdukes Torah, the dikdukim, the grammatical areas in Torah, the dikdukes Seifrim. Kalim, v'chamayrim, the light halachas and the heavy halachas, gzeira shavais, all the gzeira shavais. Now it gets crazy. Tekufais, all the astronomical calculations and the cycles of all the things going on in heaven, the gematrios and all the different gematrios, sichos malachei asharis, the conversations of the malachim, sichos shedim, the conversations of the shedim, the demons. So now, we're like, wow, this is getting wild. Guess what? The sichos dekolim, the trees are talking. He understood the conversation of the trees. Mishal, whatever that means, I don't know. Yeah, whatever that means. Oh, these is well before Shlomo Melech. Well after. Mishalais, all the different mishalim. Mishalais kaivsin, the mishalim of the kaivsim, who are the launderers. Mishalais shu'alim, the mishalim, the parables of the foxes. Davar gadol v'davar katan, something large and something small. Davar gadol, what does that refer to? Maisa Merkava, the story in Yechezkel of the Merkava, of the chariots of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Davar katan was Havayos d'Abaya v'Rava, all the questions of Abaya and Rava. So Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai, just to remind yourself, this is the smallest of all the Talmidim of Hillel Hazakin, who the largest were like Moshe Rabbeinu. So the smallest Was he that knew seemingly everything? We don't even know what, he's listening to the trees talk and the malachim talk, and he knows all of Torah and all of science and all of gematria and all of the small things and the large things. This fulfills that which it says, lahanchil, to give over as an inheritance, in English to bequeath, oyave yesh, to those who love me, says Hashem, and their storehouses, amale, I will fill up. HaKadosh Baruch Hu saying what he's going to grant those who have real ahavas Hashem. Says the Gemara, if the smallest of all the Talmidim was he that he did all these incredible things, Gadol shebekulan, alachas kama v'kama. Says the Gemara, Amru alav al Yonasan ben Uziel, which if you remember, he was the Gadol shebekulan. So this was on Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, who is the smallest, on Yonasan ben Uziel, who was the greatest. Bishah sheyoshev, when he would sit, ve'oisik ba'atayra, and he would learn, kol oif, any bird shepayreach alav, that flew over his head, miyad nisraf, would be incinerated on the spot. Yes, this is where it comes from. But I'll just make a comment. It sounds like that's the highest level. What's fascinating is we know stories of people almost contemporary, stories of the Chafetz Chaim. They said stories of if there were people who have witnesses of the Chafetz Chaim. The Chafetz Chaim gave evidence of who he saw, that when he would say Shtayim Mikra V'Chatargum on Shabbos, he would do it from a Sefer Torah on Erev Shabbos, and no one was in the shul, and they would actually see a fire burning in the shul. So it's interesting that
in every
generation. Whatever that means. But it's just interesting that the highest level is a fire burning. I don't know, but whatever that means,
So I have a
it
question.
means,
so
yeah.
Before it said, we saying Rabbi Lezer is the Talmud of Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai.
Yeah.
Then how could he say he doesn't know the answer to a question about a sheet over a thing? Because he said he didn't hear from his Rebbe.
He didn't hear from his Rebbe. So now you see.
Rebbe, literally knows
No.
everything.
So now you see.
But he didn't hear.
Right. No. It means he didn't hear it directly from his Rebbe. Yeah, for sure he knew the answer. That's why we say that's like a real good brisker of art. There's a mila, and that's what we're seeing from here. There's a mila in hearing something from the Rebbe. You know the answer. If the Rebbe says it, it's said. If the Rebbe doesn't say it, it's not. Incredible. I've written on the side of my Gemara from I don't know where, but that what's shot in the fire burning. It's like because when he would learn, the malachim would gather around him, and it would be like the Torah was given on Har Sinai with the same ish and the same holy powers, and that's why any bird that flew over him would be burnt immediately. Yes, we just learned a lot of lines. Shtickle repetitive. Let's try to read it through. These are nice Gemaras to work on our reading, which is of paramount importance. And B'siyat Shemaya, tomorrow we're going to get back into Sukkahs. We took a little bit of a left turn the past few days, but we're going to get a little back into the actual Sukkah, sitting in the Sukkah.